Question I'm doing, number 11, which of my professor's ideas do I think important and why? Well, believe it or not, Rennie, one of your ideas of Metateachnition is something that I actually think is quite important to think about and have in the back of my mind through my future teaching career. I think that it's important for us as teachers to really think about how we're teaching and what we're teaching and like how we are doing all these things at the same time. So for instance, like classroom management, it's important how to think about the layout of the classroom, where you have desks set up. Is it an open environment? Is it a more closed environment? Is it going to allow students to be able to have discussion if we're going to have discussion classes, or is it more like kind of lecture format, straight line rows facing the front or not? As well as my big thing, kind of like we're doing right now, is this assignment submission. How are we going to allow our students to submit assignments in the future, especially in an age of information and technology? I, for one, am a huge advocate of using media as a method for submitting assignments because I suck at writing things, so I like to talk more than I do writing. So I think this is a great idea to allow my future students to have this kind of option to submitting assignments. And finally, on that note, with the submission of assignments, the whole thought about what is the due date, what is late, what is not late. I think that's a really good idea that you brought up in class, and I think that's really important because for digital submissions, it's kind of hard to see. Sure, you could see a timestamp, but maybe they submit it then and then they go and edit it later on when you don't check and whatnot. So I think being super picky on specific due dates is something that I will have to kind of learn through my time to really balance and whatnot. But yeah, that's my thoughts on my important professor idea.